Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of 裏技英語 My name is BJ Fox and I am here with my co-host 石井てるみ。
どうも石井てるみです。ポッドキャスト裏技英語、今週はねやっぱスペシャルな回ということで元気よく始めていきましょう。今週もよろしくお願いします。
Episode 160
160 イェイイェイ
Yeah
160ってなんだろうね BJ What is 160?
Well, often in these episodes I try to find like an interesting fact about the number and I couldn't think of something for 160.
160って確かに特にねなんか身長とかかな Height?
When I was what? 14
14歳14歳の BJ160 とかね。まあ私は160にならずにねまで届いてないですけれどもまあそうだからね身長の文脈で見かけるようなそんな数字ですけれどもそれ以外は特に思いつかないですね。
160
でもなんかほら100の後半にちゃんと突入した感じはあるよね。It's the latter half of hundreds.
Okay, we're in the second half of our second century.
セカンドセンチュリーの後半にちゃんと突入した感じは出てきましたよ。
Okay, well, let's go with that. And actually, telling me, I would say these last 10 episodes, yeah, have maybe been our busiest yet.
忙しかったですね。
Yeah.
はい。過去10回、2ヶ月、そういろいろな新しいプロジェクトが行われましたから。
Yep, 基本のKEY. Oh, so I should call it 外資系裏技英語基本のKEY. And also we had a live episode as well.
Amazon Music さんと一緒に作っている外資系裏技英語基本のキーのローンチもありましたしライブエピソードも行われました、東京コメディバーで公開生放送やりましたね、F ワードいっぱい言ってましたね。
That's true, lots of F. And actually on these episodes what we like to do is look back on some of our previous 10 episodes, some of the things that we did not release. So there will be a couple of clips from that F word episode. So be ready, yeah?
はい、F ワードがいっぱい出てきました。エピソードからも本編に入らなかったクリップをご紹介していきたいと思っております。
And we're also going to include some, special clips from 外資系裏技英語基本のKEY as well, not just this podcast.
今までお届けしてきたポッドキャスト裏技英語だけではなくてですね、スピンオフとして誕生した外資系裏技英語基本のKEYからもですね。本編から漏れたクリップを今回はご紹介していきたいと思っています。
Yeah, we are recording more than ever. We're meeting up more than ever. And we've got more to talk about than we usually do. So please enjoy.
はい、話すことたくさんありますので、皆さんにぜひお楽しみいただけますように。
Okay, Terumi.
Hi.
Now, the first clip we want to include is from 外資系裏技英語基本のKEY, and it comes from our module on presentations.
はい、最初にご紹介するクリップは外資系裏技英語基本のKEYのプレゼンテーションモジュールからでございます。
Now, if you haven't listened to it yet, please do, because I think, Terumi, on this podcast, 裏技英語, we don't really talk about presentations that much.
はい、まだ聞いていないよという方はぜひチェックしていただけたら嬉しいんですけれども、というのもですね、この本編の裏技英語ポッドキャストではプレゼンについては確かにあまりお話ししてこなかったかもしれないですね。Well, fake it till you make it. Wasn't that about presentations?Yeah,
fake it till you make it. I guess so. It does apply to presentations, but I see that as more of a bigger mindset.
Fake it till you make it はプレゼンにも当てはまると。自信を持つことが大事だという意味では当てはまるけれども、もっと大きなマインドセットのお話をしていると。
But over on 基本のKEY, we have introduced a lot of new stuff, including rhetorical questions, a great tool to gain the audience's attention.
外資系裏技英語基本のキーでね、本編のポッドキャストでは今までご紹介していなかったいろいろな裏技をお話ししているんですけれども、その一つが rhetorical question 修辞疑問文というやつですね。プレゼンの中でオーディエンスの注意をぐっと引くために使われる効果的なテクニックでございます。So, how is our podcast performing?
So, how is our podcast performing? That is a great rhetorical question there, Terumi. A rhetorical question is where you're not really asking for an answer.
はい、レトリカルクエスチョン 日本語に訳すと習字疑問文って言うんですけれども、その言葉も今回私初めて知ったんですけれども、聴衆に投げかけてはいるんだけれども実際に答えを求めていないような、なんか自問自答して空中に投げかけているような、そんな感じの質問ですよね。
Yeah.
So how is our podcast performing? 私たちのポッドキャストどうなのでしょうか。で、よくこの習字疑問文が使われてるなっていうのは、例えば日本のテレビで CM をまたぐ前、果たしてこの実験は成功するのだろうか、答えは CM の後でみたいなね、そういう質問ですよね。
Yeah, and you can use it the same in your presentations. And anyway, when I introduced this idea, I made a suggestion of a rhetorical question that was, I'm going to do my best Japanese accent here. My best. 一体関ちゃんは告白するのか。
あれ BJ もうちょっと上手くなかった日本語。
So the one thing I wanted to ask Terumi, you don't know who Seki-chan is?
関ちゃん no.
Sure, I'm pretty sure it's from あいのり.
Yeah. So do you not know who Seki-chan is?
いや関ちゃんわかんない。誰ですか。
出会えたことから全ては始まった。あいのり。
あいのり見てて私 when I was a high school student.
Well, when I was shows my age. When I was living in Japan first, every Monday I would watch Smap Smap, then あいのり。10
時から11時のね、あの辺の時間帯ね。
Yeah, and then Seki-chan was the guy who maybe never got off the bus.
いやそんなこと言ったら、関ちゃん、そういう関ちゃんさんって方がいらしたんだ。で、私もほら、あいのり見てたけれども、it has a long history.
Yeah.
So I was watching it around like 2001.
Yeah, that's when I would watch it.
No!
Yeah, according to this, this was from 2001. Seki-chan was on the bus in 2001, so...
だとしたら私高校生の時見てたかもしれない。Do you know Hide?
Oh, God. I just remember Seki-chan. I just remember Seki-chan. Every episode was 一体Seki-chanが告白するのか。
なるほどね、その関ちゃんだったのか。なるほど。すいません、ちょっとスッと関ちゃんさんわかんない。多分ね、私が見てた時期とちょっと違うのかもしれない。そうそう。私もね、一時期すごい塾から帰るとね、見てた関ちゃんじゃない、あいのり。Wait.
But apparently he got married, right?
He got married.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be a guest.
Oh, that'd be
本当だ、関ちゃん。That's great.
I wonder if any of our listeners understood the reference.
Yeah, there would be.
They would, but they just don't expect you to give that reference. But I used to watch it too. Same lineup, Snap Snap.
Yeah.
I Naughty Snap Snap.
Yeah.
Every Monday, was it?
Monday night. Monday from 10 o'clock it was Snap Snap. Yeah. And from 11 there was I Nori.
I used to play futsal and then cycle home really quickly to make sure I could watch Smap Smap.
Oh, Smap Smap って人気なんだね。So you liked it?
Well, this was back in the day, so 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't have Yahoo BB. I didn't have a laptop.
Yeah, まあね、そうね。
So at home, all I had was Japanese TV.
Yeah, but those programs were very, nationwide popular ones.
Okay, Terumi.
はい。
Seki-chan.
関ちゃんさんね。いや、やっぱりね、後ほど調べてもあんまりピンとこないんですよ。ただなんか見ていた時期は一致するはずなんだけどな。なんてたってもうね、20 years ago だからもうちょっとあまり詳しく覚えてない。まあでも、相乗りってね、こう誰もが通ってる青春ですから。I didn't have any idea we shared the same 青春。ね。
Yeah, I love that show. Although it came back recently on Netflix.
ネットフリックスでもね、今、相乗りやってますよね。
I tried to watch it again.
びっくりした。応募したのかと思った。
No.
I thought you tried to participate. No.
No, but it didn't have the same magic.
いやー、そうなのよね。なんかね、いつでもハマれるわけじゃないんだよね。あの時代のなんか空気感というかね。キラキラ感というか、まだテレビエンターテインメントもこんなにね多様化してなかったし、なんか時期それぞれあるよね。なんか私も最近こうやってるラジオのなんか一回り下の AD の男の子と相乗りの話してたんだけども、やっぱり見てる時期が全然違うんだよね。だからね、ほんとね、人それぞれのねハマってた時期とか、and I think it also relates to what age you were とか、なんかね。
I guess I was 21. You were how old?
I was 17, 18.
Oh, maybe, okay, I must have been 18, 19, yeah.
そうそうそうそう。だからね、やっぱね、もう40になって見てね、まあ40になってハマる人もいるかもしれないですけども、我々はちょうど10代後半がこうハマる時期だったんだろうね。
Do you know, actually, I think one of the problems then, I believed it. Now I'm too cynical.
汚れちゃった BJ が。
I'd be like, that's fake.
汚れちゃった BJ がもう
Yeah.
東京ジャングルに、東京コンクリートジャングルで BJ がもうピュアな気持ちが。
Yeah.
But because you were in 浜松 way back then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
ね、そう。もう今はもうそんなピュアな気持ちで見られなくなっちゃって。
I just assume that it's all yarase.
もう BJ はだってテレビの裏側の人になっちゃったからね。It's not やらせ。なんてこと言うんですか。
But anyway, here's a rhetorical question. And let our listeners... 一体現在関ちゃんは何をやってるのか
ね。
Can I do that again? Can you give me the pronunciation properly?
Which one?
What is 現在? What's he doing now?
一体関ちゃんは今何をしているのか。
Okay. Oh, here's a rhetorical question.
Okay.
一体現在関ちゃんは何をやってるのか I didn't get the pronunciation right, did I?
まあ別に
Okay.
大丈夫
I
よ。
wonder what he's up to.
Sorry?
I wonder what he's doing.
You can Google it. Did you?
I did actually, but it doesn't really say. It did say he got married and divorced.
ね、ディボーストって書いてあるね。
Anyway.
Anyway. そうなんですよ。でもね、その離婚をしたという情報も2008年の。So even the divorce information is like 2008.
Yeah.
So なんかもう今はわからないですね。
Yeah.
人生いろいろありますからね。
Okay, well, this is the sort of conversation you don't hear on 外資系裏技基本のKEY, but you do hear on 裏技英語. Okay, Terumi.
はい。
Our second clip comes from our interview with Yuta Tanaka from Amazon Music.
Amazon Music の田中裕太さんにインタビューをしました。その時の番外編をお届けします。
Great interview.
グレートインタビューでしたね。裕太さんはやっぱさすがアメリカでいろいろ経験されてきた
Yeah. Now,
方ですね。
his Urawaza phrase was, do you remember?
Yep, give up on giving up.
And he framed it, he talked about it as an athlete. He talked about when he's running, you know, and he's having a tough time, he just focuses on putting one foot forward. And as long as you're moving forward, you will eventually reach your goal.
はい、田中裕太さんは自らもアスリートでいらっしゃいまして、Was he talking about like trailing in the mountains?
Well, we say trail running.
Trail running.
Yeah, in the mountains.
In
Yeah.
the mountains.
Yeah.
なんか山でトレイルランをしていて、すごくきつい時に、先のゴールのことを考えるのではなく、もう足元の一歩を前に踏み出すことだけを考えると。で、一歩踏み出している限りは、ゆくゆくはゴールにたどり着く。This is a very important philosophy in life.
It is.
Yeah.
But do you remember
What?
when we had the interview, I thought it was a really good philosophy. And then I thought about how it applies to our comedy or even our podcasts.
私たちがやってるコメディだとか、ポッドキャストにも当てはまると。確かにね、私たちのポッドキャストも、そんなね、遠い先のことは見ずに、とりあえず始めましたからね。
Yeah, like we don't know what the goal is.
今もゴールはよくわかりませんけれどもまあ今日今だってね別にゴールが何かとかじゃないですけれども It's all process, right?
Yeah. So this is a discussion we cut from the episode because I felt it was a little bit too negative.
暗い話でしたね。
Yeah. Well, do you know, I get when I hear that phrase, give up on giving up, because sometimes I think I should give up on comedy.
やめちゃうの BJ?
I've just opened a comedy club. So I'm not giving up now. But I think maybe even that point, before we started the comedy club, we were thinking, not just me, but you know, producer Ruben, other members as well, like, do we give up? Because what is it when you've got a trail, like you know the end point.
Yeah.
You know, when you're running a marathon, you know it's 26 point whatever miles. When you're doing comedy, you don't know what the end point is.
いや、ほんとそれは思うね。マラソンとかだったらまだゴールがどこかっていうのが目に見えてるけど、我々のようにコメディアンやってると、果たしてこのね、先走ってたところでどこかにたどり着くのかっていう疑問はたまに浮かんでくるよね。
And you meet some people, and you sometimes think they should have given up. You know, Have you ever met some people who are like doing it too long?
もうわかんない。それがね、自分たちかもわからない。
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I was going to say.
そうよ
Like, am I that person?
いや、そうよね。なんか誰かすっごい人を見てね、この人いつまでやってんだろうみたいな。もしかしたら自分もそう思われてるかもしれないし、自分ももしかしたらもう才能ないからやめるかもっていうところを、実は自分が気づいてないだけで来てるのかもわからないですしね。そういう怖さはありますよね。そうね。なんか、まあ、やめる時はやめるんじゃない？
But how do you know when the right timing is?
やっぱ自分の中でのパッションとかが消える。You don't feel like it anymore. っていうタイミングが来るんじゃない？
Yeah, but isn't that like the moment, like when Yuta-san is running and he's like, oh, I'm so tired, I want to give up. Maybe that's the time you push. I don't know. I find it really sometimes hard with creative stuff.
なんかさ、ゴールがあるものとさ、なんかちょっと違う気もするけどね。
Yeah.
コメディに関しては。で、トレイルランニングはさ、ゴールがあるじゃん。マラソンもあるけど、もう数字で 42.195 キロとかあるけど、コメディに関しては、all we can do is just to follow our passion.
No, I'm thinking. I agree. I feel like with the podcast, you know, maybe, you know, we kept putting one foot after the other every week, one episode after the other, but there was no goal, was there? And you could argue now we've reached our goal. A goal.
英語？
ゴール。Not a goal, a goal.
ゴールね。はいはい。
By that I mean like 基本のKEY.
そうね、スピンオフができるっていう。だって BJ は今まで I think that was one of your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, one of my New Year's resolutions for 2022 was to, actually I'll say it bluntly, monetize the podcast. Monetize. Like we spend a lot of effort
そうね。
and cost, websites, equipment. Like how do we, you know, make it worthwhile in terms of spending our time?
そうですね。
How can it pay for itself?
過去3年間やってきた中で、まあ、なんていう、on our own でやってきましたから、まあ、特にマネタイズということは考えては、まあ、ゆくゆくはマネタイズできればいいなということでやってきましたけれども、それがね、3年目にしてようやく、pays for itself。まあ、元が取れたっていうとやらしいですけれども、まあ、ちょっと報われたようなね、はい、こういう結果になりましたけれども。Did I say something wrong?
No, I'm just thinking really deeply. And then the comedy as well, like there is no, like realistically, there is no goal for our comedy. By we, I mean producer Ruben and I, let's say.
Okay. そうですね。まあコメディ、日本のねお笑い芸人の人だったら例えばなんか M1 で優勝するとか、まああるのかもしれないですけども、まあ大会で優勝した人でさえ別にそこでコメディをやめるわけじゃなくて、It's a forever process.
It's a forever process, yeah.
そうなのよね。
So anyway, I'm sure lots of our listeners have other creative projects, other side hustles, other side projects that they do. And it's just interesting to think about, you know, what is the goal?
それはだからもうなんか生きるとはみたいな話になってくるよね。So what are we living for? みたいな。
Yeah. But actually, Terumi, like in terms of goal, one of our earliest goals was to do a live episode. And that's because I like meeting our listeners.
Me too. I so love it.
Is it because we're comedians? Is it because we like the communication with a live audience?
多分ね、BJ も私も結構ミーティングピープルとかが好きなタイプだからだし、まあ、実際こうやって聞いてくださってる方のお顔を見れるっていうのはめちゃくちゃモチベーションになりますよね。
It does. And it did because we had our second 裏技英語 live last month. And it was fun, wasn't it, Terumi?
めちゃくちゃ楽しかったです、2回目も。
And I hope no one was offended by the language in our NSFW episode.
NSFW, Not Safe for a Workplace。めちゃくちゃ結構ね、Not Safe どころじゃない、Never Safe for a Workplace ぐらい過激なエピソードでしたね。
But I think it was a deep episode with a lot of learning, actually.
うん、楽しかったよ。
Yeah.
うん。
Learning.
ラーニングもちゃんとあったと思う。うん。
It had educational value.
エデュケーショナル、ちゃんとね、教育的価値もあったということで、はい。
Actually, and at the end, we had a nice discussion about the word bitch.
ビッチね。Sorry to be a bitch ってよく BJ が言うからさ。
Yeah, and actually, that might be a word you're not used to hearing on our podcast, but actually producer Ruben doesn't need to bleep that word because I don't personally think bitch is considered too bad a word.
プロデューサールーベンはこのビッチという言葉は P 音つけなくて大丈夫。
Yeah.
So it's safer than F word.
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
そうなの?
Absolutely. Well, okay, one of the main points of the episode, Terumi, was, don't be too offended by the F word because, it's a rude word, yes, but it's got many different interesting non-offensive meanings.
まあその F ワードをね、私もその完全にその感覚を理解することはないのかなとは思うんですけれども、まあもちろんね、言っては口にするのは危険な言葉ではあるとはいえ、その言葉を聞いたとて別にそんなに気分を害される必要はないと。
And also bitch is also a word that I think is sometimes misunderstood in Japan. And the fact you thought it was as rude as the F word shows me that is true. And we talked about that at the live episode. Another thing happened to me is I was talking to a Japanese female friend and she got very upset at the word bitch. And she misunderstood the word bitch.
ビッチってビッチ、クソビッチみたいな感じ?
Well, bitch has a number of different meanings and one of them is just someone who complains.
Sorry to be a bitch ってよく BJ 言うよね。
Yeah, sorry to be a bitch.
ちょっと愚痴るけどみたいな感じで。
Sorry to be a bitch. Could you please turn up on time, Terumi? Yeah, just a complaint.
ちょっと私が遅れてる遅刻魔みたいになってましたけど今。まあまあ。
Yeah.
愚痴を言うとか文句を言う。
Sorry to be a bitch, but yeah.
なんでそこでビッチって言葉を使うの?
I don't know. Maybe it's a kind of like sexist word because like bitch means woman and then there's an image that women complain. I don't know. I don't know what the root is, but yeah, bitch is someone who complains. Or often the office bitch. That's got two meanings, hasn't it? The office bitch might be the person in the office who's always complaining, and like, sometimes there's someone in the office who's like starting rumors and is always like, this person said this, XYZ said this, and that's the office.
噂好きの人ね。
Yeah.
はいはいはいはい。
And this person, my Japanese friend, I think she thought it meant prostitute.
まあまあそういうイメージですよ。ビッチっていうのはまあちょっとね。
Yeah.
やりなんとかみたいな。
Yeah. But actually doesn't really have that meaning.
そうなの? でも元々はそういう意味なんじゃないの?
The original meaning is just a nasty woman. But now it kind of means someone who complains or someone who likes gossip. And she was very upset by this, and I was trying to explain, no, they don't think you're a prostitute. They just think you complain too much.
どっちにしてもね、どっちにしてもちょっとオフェンシブな言葉だった。
It wasn't a good conversation.
そういうことだよね。どっちにしてもちょっと嫌な感じのことを言われたってことには変わりないね。
Yeah, so that... Okay, Terumi, now these episodes aren't just about looking back at the funny clips, it's also about revision.
はい、いろいろ振り返るとね楽しかったななんて思いますけれども、それだけではなくてですね、ちょっと実際に裏技フレーズ皆さん覚えてますか？そちらも振り返っていきましょう。
So Terumi, in episode 151 we talked about how it's always important to give an opinion, but sometimes you might not be able to give an opinion on the spot.
エピソード151でですね、常に意見を持つこと、何か答えることが大事だよということをお話ししましたけれども、 on the spot on the spot ってなんだっけ？窮地に立たされる。
Yes, yeah.
注目を浴びて
Suddenly
急に、
yeah.
BJ さんどうですか？で急に on the spot わ、やばい、答えなきゃって時に何も出てこないなんてことってありますよね。
So, in this practice session, I'm going to put you on the spot, ask for an opinion. You want to contribute, but you don't have an opinion in the moment. So, just say something, yeah? This is a discussion situation between the three of us.
はい、ディスカッションでね、急にテルミが当てられて、もちろん何か言いたい、貢献したいけれども、何も出てこない。そんな時は、なんて言えばいいのか、やるわけですね。
Okay. Okay, everyone, team. Just to get the ball rolling, I think our next podcast number 3, should be called Urawaza Eigo, Bilingual News.
Playing devil's advocate, BJ. Some people might think that we are not being original.
Really?
Yeah. Well, how about Urawaza Eigo, English and Japanese news? Just throwing it out there.
English and Japanese
Yeah, it's both.
news. It's long. It's good, but what other ideas are out there? Terumi. Good. Okay, yeah.
Nothing jumps out at me right now.
Okay.
Let me get back to you.
Excellent, Terumi. Excellent. And excellent work, Ruben. Terrible name, but good use of the urawazas there from the brainstorm module of Kihon no Key. Excellent stuff. Yeah, so Terumi there, you use the urawaza phrase, nothing jumps out at me right now.
Nothing jumps out at me right now. 何も自分に飛び込んできませんと。自分のせいじゃない感じにするってことでしたね。はい。
But right now, and then also following up with, let me get back to you. Okay, you haven't given an opinion then, but you're gonna give an opinion. You're still being, you're still contributing to the discussion.
こうやってチームでのディスカッションの時にもこの Let me get back to you っていうのは使える。
Yeah, let me get back to you. Yeah.
Let me get back to you.
Excellent. Okay, second practice, Terumi.
はい。
Now, we've talked about this earlier in the episode. It's about paying for itself. Okay, but let's do a practice here. Now, what you're going to do, Terumi,
はい。
you want to use some of the Urawaza Eigo marketing budget
裏技英語マーケティングバジェットを使いたい。
to buy a new microphone.
新しいマイクを買いたいと。
And BJ is very stingy.
スティンジって何？ケチ？
Yeah. So please convince me.
はい、ケチな BJ を説得します。
Go.
BJ,
Yeah?
I want to buy a new microphone for the podcast. I want to buy it using the podcast marketing budget.
What's wrong with your current microphone? I can hear you right now and it sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I can see why you think that. But
Excellent. Good stuff, yeah.
but actually it is very old. And I don't know if you might notice it, but there is often a zzz sound on the track. You don't hear it because the wonderful producer Ruben edits it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think he spends 1 hour extra per episode just to edit the zzz.
Okay.
So
So,
it will pay for itself in terms of reducing producer Ruben's amount of extra work, and he can focus on other things.
excellent job, Terumi. Excellent job. It pays for itself in terms of reducing producer Ruben's workload. It pays for itself in terms of excellent job. Excellent job.
Yeah.
And also,
はい。
can I say one other thing?
なんでしょう。
What's important is when you have the negative view that I gave you, you took it positively. I can see why you think that. But that's very key for this urawaza.
そうでしたね。BJ がちょっと難色を示した時にですね、怒ったりするのではなく、ね、あなたがそう考えるのもわかりますけれどもって一旦ポジティブに受け止めるというのが大事でした。
Okay, Terumi, we're going to do a role play now.
はい、今度また次の裏技。
You are going to play Ishi Terumi.
私は石井てるみのままでいいんですね。
Now,
はい。
I'm going to play someone you've never met.
お、はじめまして。
I'm an Irish woman
Irish woman.
with an Irish name.
え、BJ のお母さんってこと？
Nope. Although I am going to be using a name that I have got a cousin called.
カズンってことはいとこの名前が出てくる。おお。
Okay. Now, Irish names are hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
So please use the pronunciation urawaza from episode 158 to learn, ask for, and repeat my name so you will remember it.
はい、エピソード158、覚えにくいとか発音しづらい名前の時、相手にどう聞くか、その裏技やりましたね。ちょっと最近だったけれども、うまく言えるかな。
Okay, here we go. Jeannie, Mac, it's hot outside. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. What's your name, love?
Oh, my love? Okay, my name is Terumi. What's yours?
My name is Siobhan.
Shoban?
Siobhan.
Forgive me, but how do you pronounce your name?
Siobhan.
Shivon.
Siobhan.
Forgive me, but how do you spell your name?
Oh, yeah, it's an Irish name. So it's spelled S-I-O-B-H-A-N. Siobhan.
Siobhan. Great to have met you, Siobhan.
Excellent, Terumi. What was important there is you repeated it a few times so you remembered my name.
Siobhan.
Siobhan.
スペルと発音が全然違うよね。
Yeah, often in Irish, the B and the H come together to make a V sound.
B と H が一緒になって V になるんだ。Siobhan.
So difficult to pronounce, difficult to know, especially when you see the name, it's hard to know how to pronounce it. But there's no need to be scared to ask because now you have this urawaza. Forgive me, but how do you pronounce your name?
相手の名前がわからないからといってまた聞くのが失礼かなとかなんか聞くの怖いなって思う必要は全くなくて Forgive me, but how do you ブラブラブラでどうやって発音するのかとかどうやって綴りを書くのかということを質問していきましょう。相手の人もねそうやって自分に興味を持ってくれる方が嬉しいと私は思うので、
Exactly. Yeah.
ね、ぜひ積極的に相手の名前を聞いて覚えていきましょうね。
Okay, on these episodes, we always like to have a segment where we enjoy you singing.
歌ってた私。
Yeah.
最近歌ってたっけな。
I think you've been singing more than ever, so let's hear it in action.
More than ever.
Yeah, do you remember we talked about, in episode 99, we talked about the sunk cost fallacy?
99 I've been waiting so long ですね今トトの99を挟んだところでABC easiest 1, 2, 3みたいな、その子供のための英会話みたいな印象を与えてしまうんじゃないか。
So shall we jump into the episode right now?
Yes! Jump! チャチャチャチャチャチャラチャチャラチャ Hey BJ!
Yeah.
Hey BJ! Do you know this song? Hey DJ! Hey DJ! って言うんだけど。Hey DJ! かわせ Go Go Go! 気分じゃ。まあいいや。
Just thinking out loud.
Thinking out loud! とはね、エド・シーラン先生も歌ってますけれども。
Ed Sheeran Sensei. 出会えたことから全ては始まった。あいのり。I think we saved the best for last.
You come and save the best for last.
Let's just put a pin in that song.
ハードね。It's hard for me to みたいな。It's hard for me to say I'm sorry のそのハードじゃないですよね。
Yeah.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
How to skillfully stop a discussion going off course.
Of course. Of course. Wake up. Wake up.
What song's that, Terumi?
よく私歌い出すんですけれども、これはさすがにもしかしたらね BJ もプロデューサールーベンも知らないオフコースっていうね小田和正さんが所属していたバンドがありまして絶対知ってるあの日あの時あの Wake up wake up wake up very famous guy さよならさよならさよなら
Tell me, my favourite examples of you singing is when you successfully take the lyric and put it into a sentence
はい
and then go back to talking normally.
そうねふと歌ってまた普段の会話に戻るよね
Yeah, that's
さらりとね
they're my favourite ones, yeah.
あ歌ってからこう自然とまた戻るっていうのがうまくいくと BJ は喜んでくれるんだ
I think it's very stylish and also it's very hard for producer Ruben to edit out.
うまいこと私が普通に喋ってることの中に入れ込めば BJ じゃないとルーベンが私がそれまで喋ってたことにうまいこと取り込めばルーベンがカットしづらくなるということでそれをうまいことやればいいんだね
Yeah.
And BJ, I noticed a serious thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wake up wasn't of course's song.
Oh, really? Well, that was
That's
fine
a
because
terrible-
I had no idea who that person was.
Terrible mistake. Of course は小田和正さん。
Yeah.
He's a very legendary singer.
Yeah.
The song that I sang is ね、財津和夫さんの曲でした。
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. We just literally said how important it is to remember people's names.
本当に失礼だ。財津和夫さんとかね、小田和正さんがこのポッドキャストを聞いているとは思えないですけれども、そういうことじゃないですよね。これはね、ダメだ。critical mistake ですね。I apologize.
Well, as a producer,
Yeah.
I can edit a lot of things, but I can't fact check, old Japanese music.
そうですよね。私がこんな歌ってるのをいちいちファクトチェックはさすがのプロデューサールーベンもできませんと。特にこういう昔の日本の歌をね。他の歌は多分合ってます。
Maybe we can use the marketing budget to have a Japanese co-producer.
Ooh.
It would pay for itself in terms of my workload.
Producer Ruben there using an urawaza to try to lessen his workload, but we will not be tricked by producer Ruben. Okay, Terumi, we've got one final nice clip we're going to play.
はい、最後にもう一つクリップがございます。
It's a sweet clip. Go. Are you going to invite any on Friday 29th? Have you got any friends you want to invite?
Me?
Yeah.
Friends to invite.
Who speak English?
I don't have many English speaking friends.
No way.
Only you too. Seriously. 本当あんまりいないんだよね。あと、So I have friends overseas, but not in Japan.
It's funny how good friends we've become.
Yeah. Yeah.
Considering,
I so do think so.
Even at my wedding, we didn't really know each other. Really, it was still yari kake toso.
やりたきゃどうぞ。
Yari kake ta to, we just started, I might say,
Yeah.
Tosho.
It's so nice that I met you.
Now we're hanging out so much.
めっちゃいい話してるじゃん。
Best friends. Was it I kororo?
キロロ
Kiroro.
なんだっけBest Friends ってあったね。なんだっけ
It's a song I used to like, Terumi. I don't know. I only know the line. Best friends. Yeah, I think we were talking there about you performing at an English comedy live. I said, are you going to invite any friends? And you said, I don't have any friends except for you two. English-speaking friends, I should say. Yeah.
そう。English speaking friends そんなにいませんよ、私、日本に。
And I just thought that was a nice little outro because, earlier we were talking about what is the goal, what is the success of this podcast. And I think, Terumi, it's not 160 episodes. It's not the fact we've grown to have a spin-off and a wonderful partnership with Amazon Music. The true success is that we've become such good friends.
But it is certainly one of the factors to spend a good life.
It
is to have a good friend.
Surround yourself with people that you like, people who support you, and your life will be happy.
そうなのよ。ね、素敵な友達がいるっていうことは人生を幸せにする秘訣の大きな要素ですからね。
And that is why we're going to do at least another 10 episodes.
はい、ということで次の10エピソードももう少なくとは続けていきましょう。
Already, I know we've got some great episodes coming, and don't forget to also check out 外資系裏技英語基本のKEY. I think at this moment we're in the middle of our module on brainstorming.
はい、Amazon Music さんと一緒に作っております外資系裏技英語基本のキーもぜひ聞いていただけたらと思います。今はブレインストーミングとディスカッションというモジュール配信中です。
And those episodes are available on whichever platform, Apple, Spotify, etc., etc. But if you are listening on Amazon Music or you want to, from next week there is an exclusive module only on Amazon Music that is all about job hunting.
はい、どんなプラットフォームでもお聞きいただくことはできるんですけれども Amazon Music でお聞きいただくとですね来週からは Amazon Music 限定のコンテンツが配信されますジョブハンティング、仕事探し、面接ですとか履歴書ですとかねそういったことに役に立つ Tips and Tricks をお届けするモジュールが始まりますのでぜひ Amazon Music でチェックしてください。
And thank you very much. Terumi and I and Ruben are great friends. I also consider you guys friends too. I feel like we've met some great people, either offline or online. So thank you very much to all our listeners.
リスナーの皆さんも私たちのね、なんかすごい素敵な友達、友達とは何ぞやみたいな話にもなってきますけれども、でも本当に今まで実際にオンラインでもオフラインでもお会いしてきて、本当にサポーティブでなんかニコニコしながら公開収録見守ってくださったりとか、アドバイスをしてくださる方も多くいらっしゃって、もちろんサイレントリスナーの方もいらっしゃると思うんですけれども、本当にありがたく思ってますし、なんかね、当たり前じゃないですよね。このご縁を大切に本当に皆さんに支えられているなと感謝しております。ありがとうございます。
See you next week.
それではまた次回エピソード161でお会いしましょう。どうもありがとうございました。皆さん本当にこのご時世ですけれどもお元気でお過ごしくださいね。バイバイ。
Bye bye.
裏技英語 Business English is so hard 裏技英語 I need a 裏技
Best friend. So one night I went to my favorite David Foster's
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah.
And he was asking for a request to the audience. So なんかお客さんがさこれ弾いてあれ弾いてとか言って言う中で、それかちょっともう忘れちゃったよ。なんか I forgot how to play とか言ってちょっと冗談を言うんだけれども、でちょっと弾いてみて、ちょっとうまくできなくって変な音出ちゃって、Oh fuck って言って、でその Oh fuck って言ってやったのがすごい可愛くてお茶目でした。だからデイビッド・フォスターもその F ワードを言うんだなと思ってね、以上ですけど、はい。